Welcome everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates quite a bit differently. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today so we can go through a little bit about what makes us unique and special. And I'll go through a little bit of a presentation on that. And then we'll pass it over to Kyle Hershey, our COO. He'll go through some of the back end of the software and systems we have to show you a little sneak peek. And then we'll bring it all together with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager with 28 years of experience, how it all comes together to close loans from a more traditional sense. So let me go ahead and start by sharing my screen here. Now, hopefully most of you have joined from this page, so checked it out, but let me explain a little bit more about what we mean. Obviously, we're a little bit different. Myself and Kyle, we come from more of a marketing and technology background, so we have a little bit of a different outlook. We're not your traditional bankers here, and we have a little bit of a different system we've set up. So we are obviously all about leads and all about software. So we push our leads through our software, our CRM, POS, LOS software all in one with the AI built in, all that kind of good stuff. But basically, myself and Kyle, we come from a marketing background where we've spent millions of dollars on all the different advertising platforms to generate leads at scale for all kinds of different companies over the last 15 years. And we're able to add that expertise of pushing those leads through a system and building the system custom for you guys. So that's really what makes us different. So we are non-delegated correspondent with our proprietary technology for you guys to scale your business. So we're not your traditional bankers, your traditional brokers, your traditional business. We want to add to what you guys are doing. All of you guys already know how to operate your business. You all have your niches, your expertise, right? Some people do certain types of loans. That's really not what we're here about. We're here to add a system that allows you to scale up what you're already doing. So whether that's, especially in this industry right now, when the traditional lead sources have dried up, we really are passionate and think that that's basically to generate more leads. So whatever you guys are doing, that's great. We don't want to take away from that. We want to add to it. And what that means is we're going to help you generate leads at all angles here. So whether that's company-generated leads or self-generated leads, we want to make sure you're filling your pipeline. So when you plug into our system, you can either plug into our company leads or do what you're already doing and use our lead generating CRM to create your own new leads from the business you guys are already operating. So again, we come from a different type of background. We want to add to what you guys are already doing rather than, maybe take away or take anything away from you guys. We want to be a resource for you. So how do we do this? Our business model is definitely unique. As I mentioned before, we are non-delegated correspondent, and we're approved with 130 plus lenders and investors. That means is we can do both broker and correspondent loans for our borrowers. So we've built this company and this business model under all the different models, FDIC bank, broker, non-del, del. We found that non-del is the best because we can do both, whatever's best for our customers. So we have over 5,000 loan programs where we're the lender, where we're correspondent with our 32 correspondent investors, our names on all the docs. And that's always going to get us the best rates and pricing because correspondent's always going to beat broker pricing when we're funding the loans with our own money, using our own lawyers to draw docs, doing everything in our name, taking all that risk that comes along with it. So we always get the best rates. And if for any reason we don't have that program or some other special program works better for our borrower, no problem. We have over 105 wholesale lenders for anything that we can't fund in-house and get the best rates and pricing. So that comes down to every loan program being out there, especially as we're doing leads. We want to make sure we have a home for every loan that comes in the door. So VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, non-QM, DSCR, we do all that pretty much in-house. Once you start getting into commercial, fix and flip, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, all the stuff that's typically brokered, that's a little bit outside the regular there. But what's important to us is that we have a home for every loan. Another thing that we have built in, as we mentioned, is the AI. We call him Calvin. He is built in as your loan officer assistant to help you through every step of the way. Whether it's a brokered loan or correspondent loan, he's going to give you some tips and tricks to get you through to the finish line. Now the technology part. So this is where it all comes together, where we're able to add to your guys' business. So again, everybody instantly gets a lead generating website with the AI, POS, CRM, LOS, all that stuff built in. This is all built for us, by us, with our in-house developers. What that really means for you and your customer is one login for you, one login for your customer, no matter which one of our 130 plus lender or investor options we use. So your prospects can instantly flow from name, email, phone number, just the basics, to pulling their own live rates, completing their own 1003, pulling their own credit, having that all synced into our Encompass-based system. But the best thing is you don't even have to log into Encompass because we have it all built in. Now, we also have our instant rate quotes with over 5,000 loan programs and automated requotes, which is something very cool as the rates change and fall. As we're obviously improving, all of our systems will automatically requote all the customers. And how do we do that? With our API integrations. So as I mentioned, Encompass, you don't have to log in because we have the API. So you can use the CRM. It's connected to Encompass, but you don't have to ever log into Encompass, actually. Same thing with pricing with the quotes. We use Optimal Blue for quotes, but you don't have to have a login. You just click a button. Same thing with credit, account check, appraisal works, AMCs, 5 AMCs, click of a button, no logins needed. Everything's just a click of a button away when we have the API integrated for you guys. Another thing that we love to do is give you guys your instant access to generate more business. So instant custom business cards, flyers for you guys to post. You can capture leads from website users, no forms required, which is really cool, which is our website capture leads, very unique. Nobody else is doing that. We have our automated social media posting for lead gen. So not only do we post some of those graphics we make for you, but they also track back to you for lead gen. So all of the time that we post anything for you, it tracks back to your custom website and generates more leads for you. And as far as the software there, we have our proprietary Calvin Dual Oz AI. So a lot of systems have Dual Oz, but not a lot of systems have the Calvin AI to analyze the Dual Oz results to compare them and see which one's better for your borrower. So pretty cool feature there. And to top it all off, we have, again, our full-time development staff to add new feature requests. There's a ton of other features that we don't list here, but we could go through it for days here. And if you guys need anything new, you can go ahead and suggest that, and we do a weekly new release as well. Another thing we're very passionate about is trainings and support. So in all the different business models, we found that was lacking, especially as we're moving into a remote-based environment. So we're all remote-based here. So anybody can log in anytime into our learning center, and anybody can join our daily trainings anytime. So our remote training center is like classroom-style courses, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Jump in there, take your courses, get upgraded to the next level. We have our live podcast. So we do our mortgage rates every morning, live mortgage rates with a different product deep dive that's public for customers and LOs. We have our live sales training for all of our team members for LOs, 5 days per week on a podcast type webinar. And we have our 2 days per week deep dive for loan officers into a loan officer topic. So those are great trainings for both our team and the public out there if you want to check them out. And we have our Zoom support where our processes are in there during business hours, help take over your screen. We're all remote based, right? But we'll take over your screen, help click your buttons, get you unstuck, get you to the next level there. And to top it all off, we have our Knowledge Center. So as I mentioned, we have hundreds of partners. So not only do we have all our articles and videos and tips and tricks, but they also all have their own. So they have their own guides, tips, tricks, matrices, webinars, all kinds of different resources from our partners as well. And the AI that's built in here is our Calvin compliance. So Calvin has the federal regulations as well as most of these state regulations built in as well to help get you to that next level and be confident that you are compliant. Another section here is just something that sets us apart. Doesn't necessarily fit in one of the bigger categories, but let's talk about these things. I obviously love the first one here. We have the ability to close our business purpose DSCR loans in over 44 total states. So great opportunity to expand your footprint without necessarily having to get more licenses. We have unlimited leads. Kyle will show you all the crazy ways they come in. Very simple. If you grab a lead from the company, it's a 50-50 split. We want to be very simple and straightforward in everything that we're offering here. We have the ability to automate your lead generation at scale. That's what we're all about, right? So you guys plug into the system, you can really scale up your efforts, and everything that we have built in allows you to automate that process as you grow your pipeline. And we can do that through setting up your own leads. So you can plug into ours. Kyle will show you that in a second. Or if you already have your leads, use our webhook, import those from anywhere with Zapier. You can always press the button to refer deals to your team for 75 basis points. So if for any reason you have a conflict of interest, you can't do the loan, maybe it's a spouse loan, maybe you're not licensed in the state, click the button, team up with a teammate, and get that loan done and still earn some great commission. We have instant payroll available and no monthly fees. We are very passionate about what you see is what you get, right? There's no hidden fees, no monthly fees, no desk fees, no payroll fees, no hidden fees at all. And something that we love to do is our year-end event. So we have all of our loan officers that have closed loans get a free hotel room for our VIP retreat and yacht party in Miami that we do for all of our teams. Since we're all remote, once a year, we all get together down here in Miami at the headquarters, do a yacht cruise and everything for the whole team. So very cool thing that you all can participate in. And this video will replay here. If you get lost, go ahead and jump on this video. But let's get into the compensation plans here. So again, we've updated these for the new year. So if you've checked this out before, this might be slightly different than it was before. We wanted to simplify it and make it so anybody can upgrade and basically build their business under here in our different channels. So senior loan officer, let's start there. 200 basis points is our base commission. It says right here, 200 basis points on conventional non-QM. That's the stuff most of us are used to. That's 2% commission. Again, very simple split, 50-50 split if you take a company lead. So that's 100 basis points on conventional non-QM or 1% commission. So our senior loan officers obviously get everything everybody does, but to top it all off, they're able to originate both broker and correspondent. So once you're upgraded to a senior loan officer, you can choose the different business channels that you go into. They will receive our referral lead. So this is different than a lead that's just a name, email, phone number. This is a referral from your partner. Maybe that's their spouse that they just couldn't do the loan. Maybe it's their client that they not licensed in the state. So that loan is going to come with a client that's ready, willing, and able, and a team member that's going to help you push that through. So those are the best leads as you team up with your team. And obviously our senior loan officers are going to have unlimited access to all the different leads, again, at a 50-50 split. And we're very passionate, again, about giving you guys back more commission. We want to build a system. So if you're already rocking and rolling, doing massive volume, no problem. We want to get as much comp back to you as we can. So 25 basis points bonus for any volume over 2 million and 50 basis points monthly bonus for any volume over 5 million. For those of you that like to teach and would like to build a team, you can always, once you get rocking and rolling and doing your own loans, both correspondent and broker, which is different, it's hard to wear both hats. Once you get the hang of that, you can upgrade to a team leader and help your team get the hang of that and help them disclose their files, structure their loans, all that great stuff, and earn 25 basis points on your team. Now, everybody's going to start as a loan officer, which is basically where we're going to get you rocking and rolling. But to upgrade to senior loan officer, you do need to test into that. So when you start, 150 basis points, that's 150 basis points on conventional non-QM, 1.5%. Take a company lead, no problem. That's 75 basis points on company leads that are conventional non-QM. That's 0.75% commission. So this is where you can come in. You can start brokering loan with over 130 options, as we mentioned before. You get all of the features we're talking about, the lead generating website, the CRM, POS, LOS, no restrictions whatsoever. You have the AI assistant and unlimited leads at 50-50 split. Kyle will show you all the ways those come in. And again, if you need to team up with a senior LO that knows the exact program or has access to the systems that you might not have access, no problem. Click that button and refer that deal and team up with your team to learn how to do maybe your first correspondent loan. We are licensed in 23 states for primary and second homes, and we can originate in 21 additional states, business purpose, as we mentioned before, for 44 total states. So this is the breakdown here. Again, you will start as a loan officer. If you already know how to do correspondent loans and you're 100% good to go, you'll go ahead and take the basic courses. Then you can take the senior courses and test into the senior if you know how to disclose loans and do correspondent loans. If you're just doing a broker, you'll definitely start here, as you'll probably need to team up with a teammate on your first correspondent loan to learn the way those work. So that's how this works. Everybody will start here. Go ahead and test up to a senior loan officer if you have the knowledge and ability to do so. So that's it for the comp plan. So Kyle, if you're ready to go ahead and show some behind the scenes, let's check out some of the software.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here, and then we will get into it. All right, so what I'm going to do is just go through a couple things here. Of course, we do trainings on this, a full training when you come on board, but just want to show you a little sneak peek of the back here. This is our CRM, does the same thing any other CRM does, where, right, you create your notes and can send your emails and text, but we also have our AI assistant here where you can click this button and Calvin, our AI assistant, can create an email and or a text message from you by reading what's been going on and responding for you automatically. So that's pretty cool. Of course, it keeps track of all the communication here. You can set reminders for yourselves. You can put people on action plans, automated drip campaigns to automatically text and email your clients on your behalf, all that kind of good stuff that any other CRM would do. But what really starts to set us apart here is our quoting system. So within 2 minutes and just a few pieces of info from the client, without actually pulling their credit or anything, we can click our API here button through Optimal Blue. We can pull all of our pricing from our different investors and see all of the different rate sheets so we can choose the rates to show to our client. And within 2 minutes, the system can send them a text and an email with a nice, pretty quote that looks like this. where we show them their different rate choices. They can scroll over these things and see what they mean. It's going to pull in the Google map automatically, pull in the Zestimate automatically, show the proposed loan info, do the monthly breakdown of the taxes and insurance and HOA fees automatically, give them the estimated lender fees. And of course, it has you here as the loan originator, and you can also attach your realtor partners to this. So your realtor partners absolutely love this. They know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within a few minutes with this cool quoting system, but you're going to attach the realtor to it. They're going to be able to see what's going on. They're going to be attached so that you're showing their client, keeping them in front of their client's face, saying, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. So your realtor partners, they love that. Now, the coolest part about all this is that your client can go ahead and click Start My Loan Application. And what that does is takes them here to their borrower portal, where it prompts them to start their application right here. They don't need to leave our page. We have the full 1003 built in here. It's going to ask them for the basic documents we're going to need so that they can upload them there. It's going to show them their loan info, the milestone of where the loan is at, which of course this automatically updates as you go through your milestones of the actual loan, and they can communicate with you through here as well. So that's what happens when the client decides to move forward with the loan. Now, let me show you what it looks like on your end now that they've decided to move forward. Notice we have our 1003 here. This says 100% complete because it's a test here, but you would see the bar of progress go here. Now, you can also see the documents that you're asking for here and help them upload them. You can also request more documents and say, hey, whether it's you or your processor saying, hey, I need the last 2 years of your business tax returns, and then that will prompt them to upload those. You could also say, hey, I need the forms here for a DSCR loan, right? And then you can apply that and save changes. Now we're only asking for what we need for a DSCR loan, right? As opposed to whatever other type of loan we're doing. You can also request signatures here and say, hey, I'm going to need them to sign, a gift letter here. And that's going to prompt them when they log in to sign it right then and there. They don't have to actually leave the page here, right? They can go into their borrower portal and sign it. Now, once your client finishes their 1003 application, they fill out their full application. When they submit it, they agree to the credit authorization. And what happens is we pull credit instantly and automatically. We pay for it up front. Your client doesn't need to pay for it. You don't need to pay for it up front. We pay for the credit check, and it happens instantly and automatically. So now what happens is our client has filled out the application, right? So we're going to then open our Encompass API. The client has filled out their application, they've submitted it, we've pulled credit instantly and automatically. So when we open our Encompass API here, again, we don't have to use the slow desktop version. You'll notice here that all of the information will be filled in from the 1003. The credit will already be pulled, already imported. The liabilities will be in here. Everything will be in here for you, ready to go without you even doing anything yet. As Nick pointed out as well, we have our dual AUS here, our dual automated underwriting, where you can do automated underwriting for both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac at the same time with the click of a button. And our Calvin AI is going to then analyze that and tell you which one would be better for your client's situation and why, right? So not only are you going to go through that step of the process of originating the loan, but once your loan has been started, we have our Calvin AI assistant here to help you. It can order VOA, VOI, VOE, request title, insurance, flood insurance, right? So all these different things, do COCs, cancel the loan. So we have our assistant right there. Now, once your loan is in underwriting, you'll actually get all of your conditions through here as well. So if you come back here and scroll down, these are the conditions that the underwriter conditioned us for. We can then come in here and either upload a document to fulfill the condition. Maybe we want to dispute the condition and kick it back to the underwriter because we don't think it's needed. So start to finish, we're going to do the entire loan here in the system by taking a client from just being a name, email, phone number to communicating with them in the CRM, to quoting them, right? To gathering their 1003, their documents, pulling their credit, originating the loan through the Encompass API, and fulfilling all of the conditions through here. So everything is here in this one system from start to finish. Now let's talk real quick here about where the leads come from in the first place. So first and foremost, we're going to be giving you our leads coming in live from our ad campaigns, right? So somebody clicks on one of our ads, they double opt in to be contacted. You are sent a text message right then, the instant they click that ad, so that you can call them immediately, right? So that's the speed to lead that we're all about. Those are the hot live leads that are coming in from our ad campaigns. So your phone is going to be the text messages all day for you to click to claim these hot leads that are coming in, right? Now, another way that we provide you leads here, give me 1 second, is in our auto dialer. So we have our auto dialer. You can call 300, 400, 500 people in a day without hanging up the phone, just pressing next. You can press one button to drop an automated text and email to them from you saying, hey, I just called you about your purchase or your refi, whatever kind of lead it was, right? So you can call hundreds of people, dropping automated texts and emails to them when they don't answer. And we provide you the leads in here. So notice we have some short-term rentals, we have some purchase leads, we have some bank statement leads, we have some cold call lists in here as well. We have realtor call lists in here where you can call hundreds of realtors in a day. So there's thousands of leads in here at all times for you to call. So we have those hot leads coming in real time. We have our auto dialer here where you can call thousands of real leads in a day, right? Now, another way that we provide you to work leads here is advertising, or advertising tab here. So we're going to be giving you free leads all day at a 50-50 split. But if you want to get even more leads without paying a lead split on them, you can have us manage your campaign for you. So those same leads we give you at a 50-50 split that we know close, right? Because that's what our model is built on. We know that those leads close. We can copy our same campaigns that we've proven out that we know work, and we can put your budget on it. Again, those leads are going to route straight to you. So you're going to be getting extra leads, and there's not going to be a lead split on those. So you're going to get your full comp because you paid for the lead up front, right? When we pay for the lead up front, there's the 50-50 split. If you pay for the lead up front, then there is no 50-50 split because that is your self-gen lead. But we're going to go ahead and manage the campaign for you by just copying our campaigns that have already been proven out. So that's another way to work leads here in our system. Now, last way here to work leads in our system is to import leads. So as Nick was saying earlier, we give you your custom webhook here and the instructions on how you can use Zapier to use your custom webhook to bring in leads from any other legitimate lead sources that you might already be buying them from. So maybe you already buying leads from Zillow or LendingTree or Free Rate Update or some kind of place like that. You can use your webhook to instantly bring them into our CRM. So it goes into your CRM, you get a text and an email letting you know you got a lead. That way you can call them and quote them and go through the whole process just like any other lead, right? So whether it's leads that we give you on the lead split that are coming in from our ad campaigns or that are coming in from the auto dialer, or they're leads that you purchased up front, or they're leads that you're purchasing from somewhere else and bringing them into the CRM. We have essentially every way possible for you to receive leads and work leads here built into our system. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jose here. Jose is our sales manager with 28 years of experience as both a loan officer and a realtor. And he's going to talk a little bit about how we bring this all together to actually close loans and the type of support that we provide here. So after that, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. So you can go ahead, Jose. Turn it over to you.
Good afternoon, everybody. So let me touch base on a couple of things already mentioned. We already mentioned the Knowledge Center, which is a digitized indexing of everything that we do at the Mortgage Calculator. So if you have any questions on anything, just go to the Knowledge Center, type in the keyword in the search bar, And in less than a second, you'll have a number of options of all of the applicable entries in our knowledge center. You have the Zoom room, which is manned during business hours by our in-house processors, which are very experienced. So if you don't want to wait to meet with your team leader or over some basic items, definitely not loan structure stuff. Anything related to loan structure, you would definitely meet with your team leader. But a quick question on a login or can't figure something out with Encompass, just jump into the Zoom room and they should be able to take care of you. Which now leads me to your team leader. Everyone, once you're cleared to work leads, will be assigned to a team leader. Team leader would be your first layer of support for many things, including your loan structure. As soon as a loan application comes in, uh, you are alerted via email, as well as your team leader, as well as management. We were all alerted, and we will all quickly be emailing you, letting you know you got a new application, and giving you some pointers on that file. You will be able to meet with your team leader in 24 hours or less as required, so that you can go over the loan structure on that new loan application and make sure that your loan is off on the correct trajectory. Because once you do get your loan put together, if it's a brokered file, you will meet with your team leader. They will review that file again with you to make sure that you have the green light to go get it disclosed. And if it is a non-del file where we are the lender, then the meeting with your team leader will be to review the file and then get that file disclosed right then and there. So as soon as the disclosures are signed by the borrower and you, then the file is assigned to our intake department, where our intake processor will take over that file. They will register the file in the portal that you chose. They will also upload all the documents that are applicable for that file and submit that file to underwriting for you. As soon as the loan does have the conditional loan approval, your loan processor will grab that conditional loan approval, will input the loan conditions into the CRM, so that then you and the loan processor can get busy working on the conditions. Now, let me touch base on processing. On brokered files, wholesale, where we're the broker, third-party processing is optional. It's not a requirement, so you do have the option to self-process that file if you want to save the customer some money. On our non-del files, where we are the lender, processing is included with the file and not optional. There is a processing fee included with all the non-del files, which is only $500, by the way. So you will get processing support, and as I was stating, the processor will then grab the conditions for your conditional loan approval, synchronize them to the CRM, and you will start working on your conditions together with your processor, so that then the file can be resubmitted back to underwriting for the clear to close. And once you do receive that clear to close, then our processing department, our closing department takes over to work on that initial CD to make sure that you can close your file on time. Now, it's really important to note, I did touch base on team leader meeting, because that's really big for us here. We do have that mentorship where you can meet with your team leader, review the structure on all of those on that file, and if multiple meetings are needed, multiple meetings can be scheduled. That's how we were able to close in 3 weeks, a very difficult deal. One of our new MLOs picked up a profit and loss loan. It was a new lead for her that she purchased from her lead program, but this borrower had previously been at another lender and they got turned down for a full doc loan. We went ahead, reviewed the file, and realized that full doc was not going to work, and neither was bank statement going to work. This was only going to work with a profit and loss loan. So we did meet multiple times with the MLO, help her structure the deal, help her work through all of the details of that very difficult first loan, profit and loss loan, and she was able to close that loan with an appraisal transfer in about 3 weeks. But again, that was possible because she worked closely with her team leader. She worked closely with her Zoom room. She was able to get all of her answers quickly. And even though she had 0 to no experience in a profit and loss loan, she was able to close that loan in a little bit over 3 weeks. So that's just one of the ways, and one of the big ways that here at the Mortgage Calculator, we will assist you to make sure that you are not spinning your wheels and can get off and running as soon as possible. Looking forward to having you all at the Mortgage Calculator.
All right, perfect. Excuse me. All right, let's go over the next steps real quick, then we'll open it up to questions. So when you are ready to move forward, you're going to go ahead and go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join. That's the link to join. And you're going to go ahead and apply here. It's going to take you to fill out some information. Then it's going to pop right up to the compensation agreement. Now, you don't need to sign it right then. No worries. It's going to email you a copy. So take your time, review everything. Once you do sign that initial agreement, that kicks off all of the next steps where we will request your ID documents for employment. We will walk you through how to allow us to sponsor your license and get the other documents from you. So first step is to sign up here. And once you sign that initial agreement, that will kick off all of the next steps. So the mortgagecalculator.com/join is where you're going to sign up. With that being said, let's go ahead and stop recording, Nick, and we can open it up to questions.